Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama party, grown and sexy. Join the party, pajama party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
Welcome to a Friday night at Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir. How's everybody? Can't complain. How about you? I'm good. Okay. All right. I see you sipping on your red wine tonight.
Oh, but it's cold. Oh, yes. It's a long stem glass. What can I say?
Watch out now.
It's Friday night. Let's get it right.
I know.
What?
See?
See? Shouldn't have asked me.
I see. You had a nice week.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. What's up with you, Poppa DD?
Oh, man. I'm coming around.
We see. Kind of quiet tonight. I'm kind of scared. What's up with that?
Beware.
No, we can pick on them tonight, Red Wine.
For a minute.
I'm in the back room getting it in.
Okay. TMI.
Oh, well. It's no time.
Hey, y'all right now.
Okay.
Showtime at the party.
It is.
At the pajama party.
So
Okay.
what's on the rundown tonight, Ketel?
All right, we got a lot going on.
All right, break it down.
It ain't quiet here at the DMV. Everywhere else. We got the hot topics tonight. Sean Spicer resigns as White House press secretary. Also, Australian woman shot by cop in Minneapolis. The juice will soon be on the loose. Trump ignores the LGBT pride, then declines invite to the NAACP convention. Our hit it and quit it headlines, Baltimore cop planning drugs. Also, tennis player banned till 2019. Mayoral candidate tells rivals to go back to Africa. Usher allegedly paid women off for herpes infection. Is R. Kelly running some kind of cult? And also Around the Horn. What's popping with Poppa DD? He's going to talk about Michael Vick, mind your business. Weird news. Women convicted of murder by parrot. Man kills raccoon with hammer. And frozen pork falls from the sky. Okay. Well, they made some barbecue?
I don't know. That's why it's the weird news.
All right. I'm just saying with red wine, protect yourself. Living for the city with Poppa DD. He's going to surprise us tonight. My Hollywood wrap-up, I'm going to talk about the new and exciting movie, Girl Trip. Lincoln Park, Taraji P. Henson's in a new film. Stevie Wonder, Justin Bieber, and Kenneth Lane. Our cocktail of the week, which is the watermelon vodka granita. Let me get that right. Our kiss it list and the last word. So sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, because we're sipping on the watermelon vodka granita tonight. And we'll be back with the hot topics. Hey, this is Ketel with the yellow top. I'm waiting to hear from you tonight. I'm at the Pajama Party Live. So you can reach us at 914-803-4306. Or you can check us out on apajamaparty.com. I've got my opinions, but I want to hear yours. Poppa DD and Red Wine are trying to beat me down, so I need you to call back and back me up. I know you're out there. I can hear you breathing, so call me now. 914-803-4306. I'm right here on WBJP, Blog Talk Radio, waiting to hear from you. Here they come. I gotta go.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of the hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Woo-woo. Put it down. Put the drink down.
Yeah. So,
Uh-oh. He waking up. Watch out
Yeah,
there.
I'm trying to wake up.
Uh-oh. That's all right. Like
Get
a
into the groove here.
brand new baby. Just
Spirit.
waking up. Don't start crying. Whack, whack.
Yeah, don't cry now.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
I'm drinking some cold water, trying to clear my passageways.
Okay. All right.
All right, well, while you do that, I'm going to get into this first hot topic.
Okay.
Let's talk about Spicy. Sean Spicer.
Uh-oh.
Sean Spicer finally said enough is enough. It only lasted 6 months, but he is up out of there.
Wow.
He said that he was resigning today. Well, he did resign. After the appointment of this other guy, Anthony Scaramucci.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Scaramucci.
Mm-hmm.
He's the new communications director, and Spicer wasn't feeling it.
So what does that make him? Spicy's boss or something? Or?
I'm not sure.
I would
As far as
imagine
how
so.
the ranking of things go, the
Well,
hierarchy.
I think the word director usually would mean,
Well, the communications director, yeah. Spicer
Right,
was
beautiful.
against that move, and there was some contention there, and then he resigned.
Wow.
Of course, once he resigned, then he came back and said, oh, you know, he's going to do a great job and all this other stuff.
Oh,
like, y'all so full of crap.
I know.
Who's
If you
going
ma-
to do a great job?
Spicer said that Scaramucci was going to do a great job and everything would be fine. And I'm like, dude,
Is his name really Scaramucci? Is that just the way you're saying it?
it's Scaramucci.
Okay.
His
All right.
name is Anthony Scaramucci.
All right. Scaramucci. Amora.
So the president apparently asked Sean Spicer to stay, but Spicer said that appointing Scaramucci was a major mistake, and that he said that he just, couldn't stay.
Right.
He said, if you want him, then
I gotta go. Wow.
So he said, I'm going to make it like a ball and bounce.
Now, what is this Scaramucci? What was his position before?
He at one point had worked on the campaign.
Okay.
I'm not sure in what capacity, but he did work on the campaign.
Okay.
So now he's going to be the communications director, and your girl, what's her name?
Huckabee.
My girl.
Yeah, your girl,
Huckabee.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders,
Mhm.
is now the new press secretary.
Oh, I see.
She's just stepping temporarily.
No, she's the new press
I'm saying
secretary.
she's a temp. She
Oh
would be
yeah, well
permanent
she was
now.
the deputy before.
Mhm. Under Spicy.
Yeah, her role was the deputy press secretary.
Interesting.
Now she's the press secretary.
But why is she so evil? You ever see a look in her eye? Like she
I
about
think
to
it's to
kill a
intimidate the press. You know, she kind of gives you a look like, don't ask
Right.
me anything stupid.
There you go. And they probably don't.
Right.
They're probably scared of it.
I think they get a little nervous.
She bullying them too? I mean, our president, he's doing a great job of that, right?
She's
Yeah.
she's make you realize just how ugly her father is.
Ooh-wee.
You see the look on her face.
Because the father used to be governor or,
Huckabee, what is he?
yeah, he's a senator or something.
He's a senator, I think.
You have to look it up.
I don't know
If
what
anybody
he is.
knows, call in 914-803-4306.
Okay, and press 1. Let us know. So Rice Priebus and Steve Bannon were kept out of this decision. So they, according to sources who are unnamed, were not happy that Scaramucci got the job. So there seems to be a lot of dissension. Now, this is like the 6th person in the cabinet that has rolled out in the 6 months of the presidency.
But
So
see,
that's an average of 1 a month.
but see, to me, that means, I'm sorry, did you finish?
Yeah, I'm done. That's all.
Yeah, that you should, take the time and handpick people. It takes time to do this stuff. I mean,
He has been handpicking people. He just picks the wrong people.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because he's saying, you think I wouldn't, hire rich people? I mean, apparently they don't know no daggone politics, so you need to hire the right people.
Maybe that's the problem. He's going for rich instead of right.
There you go. I like that one. That's a new commentary.
Okay, there you go. I'll have to make a note of that.
Okay. Wow.
All right. So yeah, that's about all on that story.
Yeah, but they were making some interesting parodies. What's the woman's name? Played Spicer on the Saturday Night Live parody.
McCarthy.
Yes. That podium was moving. That thing was funny.
It was funny. I did see some funny headlines. I think the best one was a parody of Gone with the Wind. It says Sean with the Wind.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
you later, bye-bye.
And one based on, speaking of bye-bye, based on the, was that Backstreet Boys song?
Oh.
They said bye-bye.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, you know Saturday Night Live coming up, so they're going to do a true parody on it. They probably called Melissa in specially for that.
They need to get somebody to do that, Huckabee.
Oh, okay.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Because she is something else.
See that thorough, huh?
But anyway, we'll move on.
Okay. So, Australian woman shot by cop in Minneapolis?
Yeah, what's going on with that story? That's a mess.
Yeah, that's
it's been so much crazy stuff this week.
I know.
Yeah, this is the lady that she was going to actually call the police. But this here, going forward with this story, it talks to in her first public remarks on the killing, Chief Jane Hantu on Thursday, yesterday, defended the officer, Muhammad Noor, defended his training, but but she also wasn't too cool on how she died, on the death of a 40-year-old Australian bride-to-be, Justine Damon, okay, who was shot in the stomach as she approached a squad car near her home. Okay. This did not have to happen. Okay, Justine did not have to die, and that's what the chief said. All right. Now, that's really unprecedented as far as a chief saying that particular thing there. But being the cop is not traditionally Caucasian. He's of a Muslim descent. Now they're able to speak their mind a little bit on the realism of the situation, as opposed to just keeping it, like the way they protected the, let's say, Rodney King's assailants and things like that. How they just, kept beating up on Rodney King like he was so dangerous when he was sitting there getting his ass whooped completely. Anyway, so as we go forward, Damon, the young lady who was killed, she had called 911 twice late Saturday to report a possible sexual assault in the alley behind her house. Not on her, but something she had heard behind her house on the Minneapolis southwest side. Okay, Noor, who was the officer, who was in the passenger seat of the squad car. All right, he shot at Damon through the driver's side window.
Wow.
And the actions were in question because he pointed the gun in front of his partner's face and pulled the trigger through the driver window.
That's crazy.
Now that
making a whole lot of sense.
His partner probably looked up and said, "What the hell are you doing?" And the sound of a gun right there in his face. I'm sure his partner's probably hard of hearing at this point. So that was very ironic. And it just goes to show how nobody really knows what went on with that. I mean, apparently he was in the same alleyway where there was a reported alleged sexual assault. And he must have apparently heard noises. What did he say? He heard a popping noise?
Right.
They said that they heard something. One of the officers said they heard something. I'm assuming it must have been the one that fired the gun.
Yeah, I think he
said that he heard something. I guess it startled him or something.
Yeah, but they were both still sitting in the car.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of reached over and just pulled the trigger because he saw some movement of something out there. This could have been anyway. This could have been a little old lady from Pasadena.
Yeah, and it was her walking up to the driver's side of the car.
Yeah, he opened fires. But I think the narrative is going to be different, being the fact that he's not even of Muslim descent, but a policeman of color. So now they're going to follow all the angles and things of. Noor, the officer, has declined to speak with the state's Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, which is handling the investigation. His partner, Matthew Haney, told investigators that he was startled by the loud sound and the bright light as the gun was fired, which I probably knew that. So neither officer had their body cams turned on, which has drawn widespread criticism. The mayor said in a blog post on Thursday, the officer should turn them on any time they are responding to a call, and he's upset the fact that there's no video evidence of this particular situation. They're upset, but they're probably also happy that there's no video evidence. But, you know, that goes on and on.
Well, based on what we think happened, I don't think it would have helped him.
It would just show that either he was negligent or, you know, the woman was negligent. I don't know. It's just strange.
I mean, she was just walking up to the car. She's the one that called the police.
Right.
So when they finally showed up, she was probably running up or walking up to the car to say, let me show you where I think I heard a sexual assault.
But a cop sitting there thinking in his mind, okay, we're looking for somebody that got sexually assaulted, and you're running up on us. It still doesn't give him right to shoot her, but just be ready, you know, if this is the person, and you know, in place, not bang bang and then figure out who it is. No.
But you know, these officers never got out of the car. You know, and I think the biggest situation, like I always say, even with the killings of unarmed black men, whenever that happens, there's always just one cop and one dead body. And you got a whole police force you're not even using. You're not using the backup. You're not using the negotiation team. You're not using any kind of authority that would help you get through the situation. It's just one cop comes in with their mindset and their decision making. These guys are actually sitting in the vehicle. Never got their lazy asses out of the vehicle. You ain't got to go right up on the scene, but set up a perimeter, call for backup, and then y'all kind of surveillance the area. They sat there in the truck, and then this guy. With the ironic part of this whole thing is to shoot the woman, and you're sitting in a passenger seat, and the windows roll down the driver's side, and you point past your partner, shoot the gun in front of his face and through the window, and that was just crazy.
It just sounded like the man was scared. I mean, you like you said,
sound like he was scared.
They were sitting there almost like quote unquote sitting ducks, and this person runs up on them. So you know he's scared as a duck. Bang bang. I'll ask questions later, thinking that you might have the right person that's supposed to have done the sexual assault, but still. You know, you shooting an innocent person.
Well, the Australian government is on top of this.
Yeah.
Because I believe she is still an Australian citizen, and they're demanding justice. They're saying that we want to get some kind of resolve from this. You know, that this woman should not have died, and something needs to happen. Because in Australia, they don't tend to have the level of gun violence and homicides and stuff that we have here. So for them, they're like, what the heck?
What's going on?
You know, y'all need to do something.
Right.
I mean, clearly you can't fix it, but they need to do something.
I think everything just happens so fast. Because to me, it's always, if it's two people, two cops, good cop, bad cop. It's always one bad cop, and most of the time it's always one good cop. The partner probably didn't have a chance to say anything. He just, you know, reached over him and shot so fast. I guess, you know, he had his mouth hanging wide open. Like, what the hell did you do?
Yeah, it does sound like everything just happened so quick.
Right. So that's going to exonerate him because, you know, he just like,
well,
I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with him being a cop of color. All these other white cops that killed somebody black seem to get away with it.
Now, was his partner white or was?
No.
They didn't say, but my assumption is yes.
Okay. Yeah, they didn't say. Yeah, you're right.
But I'm just saying, you know, now we have the reverse situation. Not only did a cop of color kill a white person, it was a white woman who was from Australia.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
So,
You're right.
Yeah, we'll see what happens on that.
We got to follow that. Okay. All right. The juice will soon be loose.
Oh, boy.
Everybody knows now because ESPN, they got the right to show it and everything, the parole. I mean.
Yeah, but everybody showed it. They had the rights, but they the whole.
I'm like.
In fact, I watched it on NBC.
ESPN had the rights.
They had the rights,
everybody else pulled off of their feed
I see.
to show it.
I think it's crazy. O.J. Simpson was granted parole on Thursday after serving nearly 9 years in prison for a 2007 armed robbery in Vegas. Vegas of all places. The next chapter in Simpson's life could begin as soon as October. The state must now develop his release plan. So Nevada Parole Board decided Simpson should be freed after the former NFL star apologized for his role in this armed robbery in 2007. They have moved O.J. Simpson to a new cell and away from any inmates who might want to hurt or harass him in the months before he is set to be released. That's interesting. His parole could make him a target here. They were saying he just has 2.5 months to go, and we don't want anyone or someone trying to make a name for themselves thinking that they're going to get him, punch him out or beat him up or something like that. So it makes sense. So the father and sister of the late Ron Goldman reacted to OJ's parole news, saying it is shocking and disappointing.
Well, of course they did.
Get over it. Okay, move on. He done got his, whatever. He done been through enough. Get a man a break.
I'm just curious. Do you recall seeing anybody else's parole hearing?
No.
Broadcast like this?
No, not that I know of.
I don't recall seeing anybody else's.
How about you, Baba?
Even celebrities. I don't recall seeing them broadcast like that.
I haven't either. Just because the name is OJ.
I suppose.
Yeah, just crazy.
I think people need to stop being so obsessed with OJ.
That's what it is.
I mean, when I looked at how many shows have been produced about what happened with the original trial, there have been documentaries, mockumentaries, reenactments, dramatic enactments, people discussing it, talking head shows. I mean, it has gone on and on.
Oh, is he getting a piece of the pie?
I don't know.
And that's happened, over 20 years ago?
I'm just saying, I think that topic has been, beat ad nauseum, and I think we've had enough.
I know.
And now it seems like they're just going right back again. I don't understand it. It's almost like a drug, and they just can't get away from it.
I know, because, when they had the trial, it was like a drug. I mean, you ran home to go see it. The trial of the century is on TV.
Yeah, that's what they called it.
They just said
I admit, I watched it.
Everybody watched it.
I listened to it on the radio if I wasn't home. I was all in.
Right. And then breaking news, it's like, you sitting by the radio, TV. And then on top of that, they say he still owes the Goldman family $40 million. He's paid maybe 1 or 2 out of that, but he still owes them money. I'm like, I missed something. Why is he still, what is this for? Civil?
I think that was a civil suit. Must have been.
For wrongful death or something?
Yeah, that's what it was.
$40 million? How did they determine that?
But I just heard the other day that his NFL pension pays him $25,000 a month.
Right. So he's gonna leave with $600,000 that they owe him back money. So I hope they don't try to get a piece of that. But I'm quite sure he's gonna make some type of income when he gets up out of there.
Yeah, from what I hear, they can't touch the NFL.
They can't touch his money there.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I don't know whether it's because it was in place prior to the incident or something to that effect, or who knows what that's about. But I think. Well, my opinion on that, I don't want to sound cynical with anything, but
really,
and I hate to preempt. Preempting is really, to me, kind of when you preempt something, people always. Anyway, I think that the position on the Goldmans, for example, is like they're looking for an assailant on this, and they're just not believing that he was found innocent. I guess they want to live in that particular common world where the black man's taken down no matter what. I'm sure his parole being approved freaked a lot of people out, because everybody expects the normalcy when it comes to black people that. Denied, you can't do this, bad credit, anything that comes with being black, so to speak. You're always going to get denied and keep it moving. But when that happened, but they got to understand, too, in life, personally, and like I said, I have much sympathy for the Goldman's loved ones as well as Nicole and people like that. I don't know, wish no death on anybody. That's the furthest thing from my conversation. But what people have to understand is that this whole scenario was just so weird from the beginning, I mean, it was alleged that, and this doesn't make anybody deserve to have to die at all, believe me, that this gentleman was driving OJ's cars and stuff up and down Rodeo Drive and things like that, and he blatantly, and then the night they were together, she left her glasses in the restaurant, and he volunteered to take them there. He seemed like a kid in a candy store that was sticking a celebrity's wife, and was just loving it and laughing and smiling in everybody's face. Like I said, that doesn't justify nobody's death. Don't get me wrong, especially not the way they died or any aspect of the death of anything. But I just feel like getting back to the trial itself, everybody in this world has the right to defend themselves if you get in trouble. No matter what you do. Obtaining a lawyer is what we do for anything, whether it be to get our license back or anything we got to do. No matter what we did, guilty or not, people have a right to defend themselves. And I think people are forgetting the magnitude as well as the talent as well as the charismaticness of Johnny Cochran. Mm-hmm. Johnny Cochran rope-a-dope that trial. You know,
he was on point.
He was on point with everything. He was rhyming. He was being charismatic. And you have to understand, too, this trial went down prior to the whole Internet explosion. I mean, because I didn't buy my first laptop until the year 2000. And this was prior to 2000. What was the trial, 95, 96? Something like that?
I don't know.
Yeah, 96 or whatever. But anyway, it was pre-computer age. So therefore, it could have got more coverage than it even got. But it came at a time where we were like watching TV.
Right.
You know, so, but I think that they should just don't accept the death of the people. That's not, you can never do that, you know.
1995.
Yeah, 95. Mm-hmm. That's pre-computer age. They should just accept the fact that he was acquitted of that. And then for the other judge to grant the wrongful death suit, you didn't get a conviction on the murder thing. So how do you grant a wrongful death suit to somebody that didn't get a conviction on the trial? I don't understand.
Well, I think everybody agree. Not everybody. Many people agree that the whole penalty that he received for that whole Vegas situation was really payback for him getting away.
Oh yeah, well the judge
guilt of that whole Goldman and Nicole.
And plus the judge in that matter, she was an elected official, so therefore she had to vote according to getting reelected as a judge, the one that voted in Vegas. So she tried to be on the right side of white. Mm-hmm. So she gonna put him in jail. And remember, she said all the charges, put you in jail for 90 years. And I was like, what?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know what the hell she was saying.
For robbery?
Yeah, she was on.
Never heard
the maximum was 30 years.
Oh, she was going for
the
it.
minimum was 9, which she did.
Mm-hmm.
And that's ironic that the trial was around October the 2nd. This is when he's gonna be released, around in October.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, so that's.
Yeah, so we'll
stop being. Well, we're going to see what a caller has an opinion on this. Let somebody else get in on the fun.
Okay,
caller, welcome to the Pajama Party Show. You are live and on the air. What is your opinion?
My opinion is he won't be broke when he get out.
Yeah, we know that. $600,000 at least. Yeah.
But he gets a check from the NFL. Then before he went to jail, he gave an investment $5 million to invest for him. So he will not be broke when he come out.
All right now.
Well, I heard some speculation today. One of the shows was saying, well, maybe he'll go and do a reality show. I hope not.
What he need to do is go on an island somewhere and just shut up. Don't deal with nobody.
Yes.
That's what he need to do.
I agree with you. I agree.
Because they're going to be watching him. They're going to watch him. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going to be watching him, waiting for him to mess up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he should have done before he decided. But before this armed robbery, that's what he should have done. He's gone the hell away from here and gone on an island like you said. He got enough money. Yeah.
That was stupid.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
You walk away from murder, then you're gonna go do something stupid like that. That's stupid.
I think people do things because they think they can and won't get away with it. That's what it is.
Well, I don't know what was stupider, him doing that or writing that book talking about if I did it.
Right. Come on.
Now, what was dumber?
Duh. Leave it alone.
Or the book?
Both. Both. Call that laugh on that one. Yeah, both. Yep. But thanks for calling in, caller. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Mhm. All right. Continue to listen to the original Pajama Party.
See.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was a dumb situation.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot all about book.
Yeah, don't forget about that dumb book, If I Did It. Really?
I don't want to keep, talking about it, but I did want to say this, that I think the Goldmans, they took full advantage of O.J. because his status and his money.
Mhm.
They said, okay, well, we can't get you on you killing our daughter, so we're going to get you on a civil suit. We're going to strip you from all your daggone money. And I'm sorry, everything is not black and white, but this is a black and white thing to me. Okay? They probably didn't like him from the start. Wait a minute, I'm sounding like Poppa DD. Wait a minute, let me slow down.
No, you sounded like Ketel with the yellow top.
But you know what?
Go for it, Ketel with the yellow top.
I mean, from the start, they probably didn't like it from the start.
Mm-hmm.
This African American woman, marrying this blonde-haired, blue-eyed female, and you have all this money, they probably thought he had power over this woman. Who knows? I don't know.
I mean, there were those abuse situations where she called the cops.
Right.
She had the bruises and whatnot.
Right.
All of that was going on. So
it's just a lot. They figured they're gonna get this, and they got it with the $40 million. Who knows? I don't know if he's able to overturn that or not. I don't know.
But I will say this, and I'm gonna try to leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
When he sat there at that hearing, parole hearing,
mm-hmm.
and said that he considers himself to be a non-confrontational. What did he say? Something about I've lived. How did he say that, Poppa DD? About he feels like he's led a non-confrontational life, and that he's easygoing, or some stuff he said.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, that was when you should have just stopped talking.
Right. He kind of shows his butt a little bit too much in it.
Yeah, it was like the people already said,
right.
We're going to let you go.
Let the hell up.
You should have just said thank you, wipe your tears of joy, and shut up.
And also, after he was awarded the parole, he wouldn't leave the courtroom. He's like this, he's
mugging for the cameras and whatnot.
He's pointing at the people that thank you, and the police the bailiff was trying to, get him out of the courtroom, and he just does not give up, man. He just kind of feel like he always has to ham it up. He always has to ham it up, and he just.
Exactly.
It's almost sickening. Like, yo, brother, you just got approved for parole. Get your ass out the courtroom, man. Go back to your cell.
Stop talking. Yeah. Go somewhere and sit down.
He's pointing and
wait until
talking
it's over so you can go.
But you know what? He's gonna make his money another way too. He's gonna demand X amount of dollars. You want to interview with me? Okay, you got to pay me.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He'll probably write a book about what he endured in prison and all of that kind of stuff.
But he's not that smart though. He's kind of stupid.
Well, maybe somebody smart will advise him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
Because clearly nobody advised him when they decided to go play stick 'em up in Vegas.
He's an old dog. He's an old dog, so teach him some new tricks.
But you got our last hot topic, Redwine.
Yeah, let's get off of that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, let's go back to your boy Trump. So now he's offended the LGBTQ community, and he's offended the NAACP.
Really?
Pretty much all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
He was invited to the NAACP convention, and he's breaking with the tradition that all the other presidents, not all, but in recent history, the presidents usually attend, make an appearance, whether you with it or not, you make an appearance.
Right.
Trump was like, I ain't going. He told him, nah.
He's probably scared. Too many African Americans in one room? Hell
yeah, I guess he said, I'm not going to be able to deal with all them people.
Hell to the no.
So he confirmed on this past Wednesday that he would not be attending their weekend event in Baltimore. And this is now the second time that they have invited him to one of their conventions, and he turned them down and said, I will not be available. So you remember when he said at that convention, speaking of black people, well, you're living in poverty, your schools are no good, you got no job, 58% of your youth are unemployed, what the hell do you have to lose? Yeah, that's what he said when he was
vote for me, what else you...
vote for me, what do you have to lose?
Yeah,
so now, like I said, this is twice. He's declined to attend an event with the NAACP. So when they went to introduce at that time and back in, not back in, but in July of 2016, Secretary Clinton was invited as he was as a candidate. So they said, well, Trump couldn't make it, chose not to make it, so we'll just hear from Secretary Clinton. And that's what happened at that event. So now he's also broken tradition where normally in the month of June is LGBTQ Pride Month, And normally the president would make a statement about, whatever is being celebrated for that month. He completely ignored Pride Month, did not say anything about it, didn't recognize it, but he recognized other stuff, but he didn't recognize that either. So not only did he piss off the LGBTQ community, he done pissed off the NAACP. He's on a roll.
He just don't understand that, these are powerful organizations. And a lot of times, okay, you talking about re-election, shit, it could go either way, brother, man. It could be swayed not your way because of these two organizations, So at least give them, quote unquote, that respect at least.
But I think it goes back to when we were talking about rich versus right. Mm-hmm. I think he looks at them and says they don't have any real money. They're not rich people, so I don't have time for them. Later for that.
Right.
That's the way I think he's rolling. And I think he's making a grave mistake. But
for real. Now, suppose half of the damn, I'm going to mess with you for a minute, half of the damn Congress come out and talk about they LGBT.
You know what? Bit by bit, they all coming out. Either them or somebody in their family or whatever. It's all coming out.
That's what I'm saying. So you got to be careful, whose feet you stomping on now. Because you don't know who's a part of what.
He doesn't care.
Because, wasn't Cheney's daughter?
Yeah.
And, she's a mess.
Somebody else. I want to say Bush. I can't remember from
I don't know.
What other family.
I mean, everybody's doing their thing.
Yeah.
I think what's her name? I think she's out there too. The girl with the press secretary, Huckabee daughter.
Oh.
I think she's out
Sarah
there.
Huckabee.
Yeah,
she's gay too.
She's completely butch.
Oh, okay. The way she's barking at folks.
Oh no.
Look, if anybody knows, hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
Press 1. Let us know.
We want to know the inside scoop.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with her, but that's all I have on that.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to get into the hit it and quit it headlines. We're going to take a little CC.
Uh-huh.
All right.
And then we're coming right back.
All right, students, settle down. Today's lesson is on weed etiquette. Just because weed has been legalized in certain states, people need to understand that they should use weed etiquette when visiting friends and family. Now, if you choose to smoke weed when visiting friends and relatives who don't smoke weed, please remember these rules. Number 1, go outside. Number 2, collect the roaches. Number 3, stand away from the house. Number 4, wash your hands and mouth when you come back inside. And remember, everyone does not want to get high with you. So don't take it personal. Some people may be on parole. Some may be interviewing for jobs where drug testing is required. And some may be in AA and they just can't get high with you. Maybe they just don't like the smell of weed. Did you think of that? So remember, if you sit in a car and smoke weed and come back in the house and sit on their nice upholstered furniture, that smell will remain in their sofa for quite a while, and they may not like that. Weed is not a cologne or a perfume. Everyone doesn't want to smell it. So make sure you use weed etiquette when you do your thing. This has been a public service announcement for weed etiquette, and we thank you for your time. Hey, Pop, what are you doing, man? What you doing?
I'm waiting for the teacher to get
Students, settle down. Hey, students, okay, share with the teacher.
Why?
Share with the teacher. Students, share with the teacher. Open the window, please. Open the window.
Okay, all right.
Your finest cognac over a glass of ice in a short glass. Goes great with Poppa DD's segment. Living for the City on Blog Talk Radio every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time or apajamaparty.com on a live stream. I want to talk to that Poppa DD myself. I'm going to hit him up. It's on 914-803-4306. Once again, that's 914-803-4306. And you should too.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
Okay. How's everybody? Everybody all right?
I'm good. Straight. I'm feeling good. Yeah.
We were kind of winded on them last stories, and we have to make up our time here. We're not going to rush things, but...
it's all good.
To hit it and quit it.
Okay.
Hit it. Yeah. And quit it.
Okay, come on.
All right, this story here is about the body cam situation in Baltimore where a cop was saw allegedly planting some drugs at a crime scene. And this story is basically a story of karma because of all the things with Freddie Gray and things like that in Baltimore, all the denial, all the police officers who was acquitted on the situation. You know, it just goes to show that, you know, corruption will rear its ugly head no matter what if you wait long enough. And like I said, I'm not being cynical in the situation, but I'm just keeping it real. Anyway, a Baltimore police officer has been suspended, and 2 other cops are placed on administrative duty amidst an investigation which was triggered by body camera footage. All right, the public defender's office showed an officer allegedly planting drugs at the crime scene of a person who was being arrested for something in particular. The cop was seen leaning over and dropping some paraphernalia in the man's trunk or something to that effect, on his possession, or I think it was the trunk that he was putting it in.
Was it in the alley or something? It was in the alley.
No, they have here it started with the trunk.
Okay.
But anyway, long story short in this situation here, it just goes to show that you know, if you're trying to get somebody that bad and you got to plant drugs on somebody like that, you know, you as a person of authority, you're my goodness, you're starting something. You obviously don't care about that person at all, because once you plant that drug and the drug holds a crime of itself, you know, and if drugs wasn't involved in it, are you feeling embarrassed because you didn't really get this person with enough evidence that you feel like you got to, at this point, you're playing judge, jury, and executioner. And when the person is sentenced to 10 years in jail for something you know you did, man, how cynical can you live your life? What is that about? I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what are you trying to prove? Are you that rough? I mean, I think some people, when they put that police uniform on, act like they're like Wyatt Earp. You know, like I run it. I run things, you know, and it's just, you know, it's scary. It is very scary. Mm-hmm. So all this stuff is still alleged, and they're still overturned. It doesn't bother the appearance of the video. This is why administrative leave and things like that and suspension was put out there, but they still have to investigate it to see whether or not it pins out to be exactly what it was. But like I say, karma. Mm-hmm. In the whole situation where these cops walked away like they were squeaky clean, when they knew they drove, Freddie Gray around, not harnessed in, just threw him. I mean, my opinion on the Freddie Gray situation, I think the man was limped over when they first put him in the back of the truck. Mm-hmm. He didn't even put the effort. He couldn't even put the effort up to put his foot up to step in the truck like he was a healthy person. He was already bent over, because when you arrest these people and you put your knee in somebody's back, that spine is so precious. If you do it the wrong way and you rupture a vertebrae or some kind of spinal cord or something to that effect, it's a done deal. And the aggression that they do it in, they can pop something, and it just, I mean, our brain, our spine, these are precious entities, you know, so. But anyway, that's what's happening in Baltimore. It's still, the saga continues. So
we have to keep an eye on that one.
Yeah.
Because they mentioned something about 50 previous cases that they're going to check into also. So on this guy.
And I'm trying to understand how they call it alleged when we saw the video. We saw the cop, at least the video I saw, plant the stuff in the alley. He told the other police, I'm going to go check over here. Mm-hmm. He walked down there, planted the stuff, then went and then came back and said, oh, look what I found. And then the person who they were going after ended up sitting in jail for 7 months based on planted evidence, and the person couldn't pay the $50,000 bail. So they ended up sitting in jail for 7 months.
But you know why it's alleged? Because this is our quote-unquote democracy. You are not guilty. You got to prove yourself. So just because it's in black and white, as we see, because he's going to come back and say something else. Anyway, we're going to hit that and leave that alone.
Okay.
We had to follow that, though. On other news, Ilie Nastase, the famous tennis player, he has been banned from the Fed Cup and Davis Cup until 2019 because of his foul-mouthed comments and bad behavior. Really? The International Tennis Federation said on Friday that 1973 French Open champion will not be able to work in an official capacity for a further 2 years until 2021. This guy, he's 71 years old. He played tennis back in the 70s. He's also was fined $10,000. He made a comment about Serena Williams' unborn child that was highly inappropriate and racially sensitive. He also made advances of a sexual nature towards Anne Cathavong, the captain of the Great Britain team, and made abusive and threatening comments to match officials and to the members of the Great Britain team. Although he will have to sit out the ITF events, the ban does not apply to Grand Slam, ATP, or WTA tournaments. Really? So he was previously suspended in April after he speculated about the skin color of the baby that Williams is expecting and for outbursts during a Fed Cup match between Romania and Britain. He previously acknowledged making mistakes and having shortcomings, really, but stressed the cause I fight for is tennis, the sport I really love, which I cannot separate from my life.
Serena's baby's color has nothing to do with tennis.
Joel, sit
Joel.
down.
Anyway.
That's what you need to do.
Okay.
So we're going to put him on the kissing list.
Yeah, I got him.
Yes, okay.
I got him right there on Papa's kissing list.
You want to know how to spell his name?
Oh, I spelled it phonetically. I got Ilie Nastase.
Okay.
Okay, I got another one for you. This one comes out of St. Petersburg. A mayoral candidate, so this guy's running for mayor. He said this week that the African-American supporters of his rival should go back to Africa if they don't like it here in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, whenever people say that, I'm like, first of all, if they haven't been to Africa, you can't tell people go back to Africa. So you sound stupid. But anyway, this guy, the two people that are running, the one who made the statement, his name is Paul Kangemi, if I'm pronouncing it right. The person he's running against is Jesse Neville. Now, what's weird about this is that Jesse Neville is supported and backed by an organization called the Uhuru Solidarity Movement. This group is a self-described activist organization of white people created by and working under the leadership of the African People's Socialist Party. Now, how that came to be, I don't know. This is a white candidate who's supported by this group of white people that are supporting the African People's Socialist Party. And he's running on a platform about reparations. He's all for reparations for black people in America. Mm-hmm. So because that is a known platform, his opponent said to him, Mr. Neville, you and your people, you talk about reparations. You already got reparations, and it's called Barack Obama. So now he's trying to say Barack Obama is your reparations, so go somewhere and sit down. So that's the kind of contention going on between the two of them. And he told him that my advice is if you all don't like it here, there are planes that leave Tampa Airport every hour. Why don't you get on one and go back to Africa? And then he didn't apologize for saying it. He came back and said later in an interview at the Tampa Bay Times, he said, yeah, I told the people to go back to Africa. He said, but my remark was not meant for all African Americans. just the ones that were at that rally that are supporting my opponent.
Oh, my
This
God.
guy back in 2009 was also sidelined because of an incident where police banned him from a Kentucky Fried Chicken after he started yelling and cursing at the staff there over an 8-piece chicken meal. And this is the guy who told him go back to Africa. He's trying to run to be mayor. He clearly has issues. So I already put him on the kiss it list. I don't know what Mr. Paul Conjemi. Yeah, but he's on the kiss it list. So that's all I have on him. Man is clearly touched. Okay. And not by an angel.
I know that's
Moving
right.
on.
Okay. She got over here, Papa.
I got a story here concerning Usher, which is.
Oh, wow.
Is this alleged or real, or what is this about?
More madness.
It says that Usher allegedly paid a woman $1.1 million after he infected her with herpes.
Wow.
Is this weird news, or is this what?
No, that was. The sources are confirmed all over the place.
It says Usher, who's a soulful singer, very popular gentleman. He reportedly paid a woman $1.1 million to settle a lawsuit after she claims that she has contracted herpes from the singer. Court papers published Wednesday by Radar Online showed that confessions, singer was allegedly diagnosed with herpes in 2009 or 2010, about the time he filed for divorce from his ex-wife, Tamika Foster. All right. It says a 38-year-old reportedly passed the disease to a celebrity stylist. Okay. Usher was accused of withholding his diagnosis from the woman and continued to have unprotected sex with her. He also allegedly told the victim that he had tested negative for the virus despite a greenish discharge from his penis. What?
Oh, God.
What?
That's just disgusting.
That's desperation, really. The woman was tested and diagnosed with herpes after suffering with vaginal sores, fever, and chills, which are some of the symptoms of the herpes simplex. All right. The stylist reported said that she feels that her health and body has been ruined and has suffered several emotional stress and has been extremely depressed, knowing that there is no cure for this particular disease. All right.
That's messed up.
According to New York Daily News, California law states that it's illegal to knowingly and recklessly transmit an STD. All right. Court papers have showed that the singer paid $2,754.40 to victims up to this point for this particular medical dilemma. Okay?
Wow.
He eventually settled with a woman on December 28, 2012, settling for the total of $1 million. He has apparently, for many years, the legal documents noted that Usher was exposed to herpes in 2009, 2010, like I said earlier. And he said that this was one of the grievances on the finalization with his wife, Tamika Foster. All right? So they say also that just to do some history on him, that the singer married his current wife, Grace Mogul, in 2015. All right? And that's very interesting. Wow.
So wait, he married his current wife in
2015.
But the settlement, the recent settlement with the stylist, that just recently happened, right?
So he was having an affair. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm hearing.
No, I think a settlement can run for some time. You don't, settlement meaning you settled on it. It doesn't mean when the actual affair went down. Something you have like a 3-year maximum to wait to get paid in any particular case. So
he's married now.
Yeah, he's married now. So
that's his third wife, right? Second or third wife?
Must be the third one. Second?
Second, yeah.
I can't keep up.
No, because you just said, well, I don't know. Maybe a second.
I can't keep
In fact, that first wife, that young lady, Tamika Foster, that marrying her was the demise of his mother managing his business. Remember, she stepped off. She was so pissed when.
Because she was older than him, right?
Yeah.
But
that's the one he had the 2 children by.
I believe so. And then they divorced, and then there was another wife in 2015.
Okay.
So maybe it's just 2 wives.
One ex and one current. All right, we're going to keep them rolling. You finished, Papa?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a mess. I think we need to put Usher on the kiss
That was
list.
my hero.
How you out here having unprotected sex and you know full well?
Yeah.
Put him on the kiss list.
You got to wrap it up. You got to tell folks. This is what I have, and it's up to you if you're going to, we weren't the flies on the wall. He could have told us. But then she said, okay, I see money, so let me go ahead and get mine. I don't know.
Well, she got hers now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think if somebody, well, anyway.
Unfortunately.
I'm not going to go there.
Millions can't take the place of.
No.
Right.
I'm going to not risk my health for money.
Get that herpes out of your system. No, I'll be a broke ass.
Well, this is even a bizarre story. It's a lot here. Is R. Kelly running some kind of cult? Since news broke of R. Kelly's alleged sex cult, quote unquote, which reportedly involves several young women being held against their will, the details of the R&B crooners have become more and more bizarre by the minute.
Wow.
The woman referred as Kim chose to remain unidentified, but didn't spare any shocking details regarding R. Kelly's physical, sexual, and psychological abuse. While she confirmed that each of the women living under Kelly's supervision are all above the age of consent, she described their behavior as witnessing Stockholm Syndrome. We were just talking about that earlier.
Right.
So
where you start to become sympathetic to the person who's holding you hostage or captive.
Okay, almost like, what was it, Patty Hearst?
Like Patty Hearst.
Right. So she started robbing banks and some more stuff for folks. Yeah.
And first she was a hostage. Next thing you know, she's joined the cause.
Right.
And she's just as crazy and going along with what they're doing.
Right. Brainwashed. So the parents of the woman involved with Kelly believe that they are being held against their will and prohibiting them from talking to their families. Former girlfriends told Derogative that they were required to wear tracksuits in an attempt to hide their figures, agreed to sexual encounters which were oftentimes recorded, and have their phones replaced with ones that they can only use with his permission. Sound like a submission type thing. I mean, hey, if that's what you like.
That is ridiculous.
Okay. Yeah. So while on Kelly's girlfriends has denied the eyebrow-raising detail, saying she has chosen not to speak to her family and even insisting that she is happy. So this girl, Kim, is saying, this stuff is not true. She's happy. When we're out, we're not allowed to look at anyone. We have to keep our heads down. What kind of crazy mess is that?
It sounds like some of that stuff in other countries where the women have to, do certain things and can't look at people, no eye contact and all of that.
That's crazy. But it goes on to say R. Kelly's sexual conquests are even more questionable. While the girl Kim admitted to never witnessing Kelly force himself sexually on any of the girls, she confirms that his control over the women is absolute. So, I mean, brainwashing these women, they sex slaves. I mean, it's
what is going
bizarre.
on?
Yeah, he, from the time when he was messing around with Aaliyah, he always liked quote unquote young women. That's his MO.
It seems like all these stories we've heard over the years that people eventually gave him the benefit of the doubt. Now you start adding all of it up, and it starts to make you think, as the saying goes, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Well, that's true. That's true. So, I guess enough was enough. I don't know who kind of put that information out there.
Well, he's come back, of course, and refuted all of this, saying it's a bunch of lies. None of it has there's no truth to it. These women are here because they want to be here. So, I don't know. Clearly somebody's not telling the truth. You have a father or a parent who dropped his daughter off at a friend's house, knowing that the friend was going to take her to R. Kelly, made arrangements for her, knew she was going to stay with him,
crazy.
and the father said that he thought it was just going to be for, a couple of months, and ended up being a couple of years. I don't know.
That's crazy. Yeah. Why would
I
you
don't
let
know.
your daughter do? But you say we have a caller, right?
Yeah, all right. Caller, what do you say about this?
Yes, like you were saying, Ketel. He has the phone, which he purchased for them. They can use. One of the girls said, no, she's okay. She's not been abused. But the part is when a male guy comes to the house, they have to stand at the wall, face the wall. They can't look at any males, only females.
That's crazy.
That's too much.
That's just too much. He's
Well,
just trying to have power.
I've been watching him over the years. Where he's from, he has paid out several $1 million behind young girls. Okay.
To
It's
obtain
like,
the young girls to stay with him, or
no, it's like they underage or whatever. His thing is he was paying families. He was paying them money. You know, he done paid a lot of lawsuits off.
Wow.
Several millions, they say. So, hey, he just getting away with
I know that he
it.
settled some lawsuits or something, but we don't really
he
know
paid a
what
whole lot of them off. They said it's just like a regular job to him. He don't care.
and then that's probably why the father, the Redwine I was just talking about, pushed the female on him. So okay, we're gonna get paid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. If
You
he's
know, that same father's trying to act like, you know, oh my goodness, you're holding my daughter hostage, and you're brainwashing her, and all this
the town that he's in, it's legal. He can do this, but he's gonna mess around and get in the wrong town, and they're going to hang him. Okay.
Wow. So you're probably right.
They're going to hang him.
I thought the man was married.
That's what I thought. I thought he married the little kindergarten girl. I thought he married her.
Right, because he had a couple of children by her.
Yeah.
I remember at one point there was somebody said he was married.
Right,
I don't know what happened.
She's probably part of that quote unquote cult or whatever he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably so.
Just having babies.
They say he goes back to his school that the high school that he was come from. He goes back there and go into music class and sit and just point out the little girls that he wants.
That is
and
sick.
they follow him. And they follow him.
That is, yeah.
Maybe that's why they call him the Pied Piper.
Wow.
That is really some sick stuff.
You know what? Money talks, BS walks. That's all I'm saying. And that's not right with those young girls. It's not. You brainwashing them and you sexually assaulting them. That they can be scarred for life. That's just not right. Don't do that.
Yeah.
They're saying there's no assault because they gave consent.
But they're not of age.
They're 18 years
old.
Well,
but most of them, from what they're saying, they're not really underage because in certain states, underage is different.
Yeah, see, the state that he's in, they're legal. They are legal. They are 18.
Exactly.
They are legal.
But in some states, 16 is considered legal. Other states, it's 17.
Like you say, he gonna come across the wrong, either female or the family. Yeah, they gonna
They're gonna set him up.
Yeah.
They're going to set him up. See, they're gonna do him. They're gonna do him just like they done Hammer. Okay. How Hammer used to party all the time on that hill. What they did? They brought him down. They brought him down, didn't they? And
they
demolished that house on that hill, didn't they? See, they will bring you down now.
Yeah, they will. Yeah. You can go out there and flaunt like you got too much, or you can do what you want. Yeah, they will. You're right. All right, Cole. Thanks for calling.
One more thing before I leave. One more thing. Someone was telling me something about Sammy Sosa, that he bleaching himself or something, and he look like he pink now.
Yeah, he been doing that for a while.
Really?
Say he look like he's pink. Say he look like he's pink. Say he look like he's pink.
Yeah, he's a mess. He's a mess.
That's a baseball player, right?
Yeah.
He's African American, or he's not?
He's of Caribbean descent, but he's been bleaching his skin for years.
They say he looks like he's pink.
Monkey.
He looks like one of those monkeys. Oh my God.
I have to look this up.
Okay. We'll look for a picture of them.
Right. Thank you, caller.
All right, caller. Peace out. Man, there is so much craziness in this world.
It is.
That's all I'm saying. Well, I got one last one for you. We call this one Around the Horn, and I'm going to hit it quick. This was just a couple of things that happened. We got one story about Americans are soon going to be barred from traveling to North Korea, and that was announced by the State Department. They're saying that they're going to invalidate passports for any American citizen trying to travel to, through, or in North Korea starting sometime in August. And they're saying that they will make some exceptions for humanitarian purposes. What falls into that category, we have yet to know. But I guess this is all part of trying to deal with Kim Jong-un. Mm-hmm. So that's something, if you're trying to go to North Korea, you might want to make other travel plans.
Mm-hmm.
The other item is that the president is now trying to get information about presidential pardons. He's been asking questions about how does this work? Who can I pardon? Who can I not pardon? And I heard they were saying he wanted to know, can he pardon himself and members of his family? And this is all circling around the situation with Russia and all of that. So that's going on. And then the last item is that Senator John McCain was diagnosed with brain cancer. He's 80 years old, and he's been diagnosed with a glioblastoma. So we're hoping for the best for him. They're looking at his treatment options and all, but he's saying he's still going to do what he can. Mm-hmm. He's going to fight it and go through the treatment and everything. So shout out to John McCain. Mm-hmm. You know, I may not always agree with the things that you say and do, but we do wish the best for you, and we hope that you can beat that glioblastoma. Yeah. It's a very aggressive form of cancer, but hey, he was a POW, so he might be able to beat that thing.
Yeah, you're right.
So, all right, you want to take a quick break before we go to What's Poppin', or you want to jump right in, Papa?
No, we're going to take a break.
Take a break?
Yep.
All right, we're going to do that and come right back with What's Poppin'.
It's Friday night, and you're listening to the Pajama Party Show Live. Tune in every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, and 6 p.m. Pacific. We push it to the limit every week like only we can. We've got hot topics, hit it and quit it headlines, TV and movie reviews, commentaries, and the world's famous Kiss It list. And you don't want to be on the Kiss It list. So visit apajamaparty.com. Check out the cocktail of the week. Get your glass and get your laugh on with the Pajama Party Crew, doing what we do right here with you. Get up on this and push it. Push it real good.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD, and Ketel.
Hello.
Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about this thing with Michael Vick. Brother. Anyway, Michael Vick, just to do a little history on him, Michael Vick was, he had just signed a $100 million contract with the Atlanta Falcons. And this was early on in his career. This was like maybe 2005 or 6 or something, back when they were hot. When he was just a fantastic quarterback, as well as like running back. He was a running quarterback. He was fantastic. Anyway, he was out of town, and there was some dog fighting going on in his house. And by the time he got back to figure out what was going on with it and use his $100 million to defend himself or defend the whole situation with everything, his boys had threw his ass so far under the bus that he had bus tracks on his face, okay? They had confessed that it was his house, his ideal, he's furnishing it, he's supporting it, yada, 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 just to get their so-called time minimized, and the police went after the big fish. And then Redwine's people got involved, PETA,
Those are not my people. Don't try it.
PETA was all over this. They gave them a platform now. They got on the top of his head and started talking about now you got cockfighting going on. You got so much of that going on everywhere. Okay? And it's pretty obvious. You know, when dogs are fighting or cockatiels are fighting, they make a lot of noise. It's kind of hard to, keep the noise down on a dog fight or when you have some cockfights. That's very noisy. But being the fact that Vic was on this, they went in with the mighty pool. But anyway, that was just the history of Michael Vick. Now, he gets on a news network and going to give his opinion on Kaepernick, who was the quarterback of the 49ers, who was boycotting for, nonviolence in life and things like that, and unjust treatment of people, minorities, or what have you. He wasn't standing during the national anthem, sitting down, kneeling down, or whatever. Well, Vic gets up there and he makes a comment to say, well, what he needs to do is just come clean. He cut his hair and, just project the whole clean-cut image. And Kaepernick was like, after he heard about it, he said, what, cut my hair? What do you mean cut my hair? What the hell's that got to do with the way people feel about me or what they think about me? Or you think a haircut's going to make that much of a difference? And it just made Michael Vick seem stupid. Now Michael Vick's on this campaign to backtrack all this stuff, okay? So he's backtracking on his comments that he made about Kaepernick's hair earlier the week. And he was on when he was on feet, and he did this on Fox too, by the way, a Fox Sports Network. Vic ain't got nothing to do but to sit in a Fox sports booth of all the states in the world. Mm-hmm. Anyway, the former Falcon and Eagle quarterback was highly suspect for his initial stance. The thing that he needs to do is just try to be presentable. He said that was the term. He said that Kaepernick is just not presentable. He wears his afro out all fragrant. He wears his cornrows all fragrant. And he's just cut his hair and project a clean-cut image. I'm like, what, brother? Anyway, so he's backtracking on that now, saying he was really out of line. He said at the end of the day, what I said, I should have never said. I think it was taken out of context. I regret trying to be the facilitator of what I think Kaepernick should do, and he said, I wish him the best of luck. And it's just a mess. Here's a man that's just getting over his own dilemma. And it was quiet for him for a change. It's like OJ, we saw a little quietness on Vic, and Vic was kind of back into society. But why would you go on a national syndicated talk show and have an opinion about somebody else, another person of color, and just throw him under the bus? Oh, please.
Because he's stupid.
Man, these people have got nothing else to do. Vic needs to constantly think that he went to jail for about 3 years. And PETA is up his ass. PETA's got a leech around his neck. The same leech he had for his dogs, PETA done tied it around his neck. So now, when Vic walks the street, he's on restrictions and all kind of stuff. So it's, I don't know.
He's stupid.
But he's on a kiss the list.
I know that's right.
Michael Vick. It's like OJ, Michael. You need to just shut up.
Sit down. Shut up.
Okay, that was a good one, Paul.
And that's a good segue to the weird news.
All right, you got it.
Let's jump right into it. And I think I've got the first one tonight.
Okay.
This thing, I'm going to try not to laugh through it. I'm going to try to just tell you what happened. A woman was convicted of murder after the parrot ratted her out. Daggone parrot. This was out of White Cloud, Michigan. A jury has convicted a Western Michigan woman of first-degree murder in the shooting death of her husband in a crime apparently witnessed by the man's parrot. The Newaygo County jury deliberated about 8 hours before finding 49-year-old Glenna Durham guilty of killing 46-year-old Martin Durham. He was shot 5 times in May of 2015. Glenna Durham suffered a head wound in what prosecutors said was a failed suicide attempt. Now, the man's ex-wife, Christina Keller, said that after the slaying, the pet parrot, whose name is Bud, kept repeating, "Don't effing shoot," in the voice of her deceased husband. Don't effing shoot. Don't effing shoot. Don't effing shoot. Now, where else would he have gotten that? So, of course, that was enough to convict the current wife, and that's what happened. So the ex-wife took ownership of Bud after the Martin Durham was killed, and now she's going to be sentenced in August.
Oh, God.
The parrot ratted her out.
And then she's going to try to kill herself.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
He kept saying it over and over. Don't effing shoot. Don't effing shoot. Don't effing shoot.
I got a crazy one. Man kills raccoon with hammer after it bites him on the head.
Oh,
in Arnold, Pennsylvania, a Pennsylvania man says he was attacked by a raccoon as he worked on his car outside his home and killed the animal with the only weapon he had. It was a hammer.
Okay.
So this guy, Dan Walderville, he tells the Tribune Review he was underneath his Jeep on Monday when the seemingly rabid raccoon ran up and bit him on the head. I guess he was mad.
So the raccoon, okay, go ahead.
Patrolman John Corrali says he arrived to shoot the animal, only to see the hammer-wielding Walderville in a standoff with it. The officer said the creature stood up on 2 legs to charge Walderville, who whacked it about 3 times until it fell dead. Oh, my God, Lord.
That is crazy.
So Walderville says he felt compelled to kill the raccoon when he saw it heading for his neighbor's yard, where small children live.
So the raccoon bit him in the head. Then the raccoon stood up on his hind legs, like, come on.
Put up your dukes, son.
Come on. And he took his hammer and said, come on.
He whacked the mess out that thing.
And he just started hitting him with the hammer, and the cop is witnessing all of this.
That's scary because, some raccoons carry rabies. So
and that's what they were saying, that they thought he might be rabid.
Right.
Or rabbit, whichever way you pronounce that. That is wild.
Yeah, because, when they're like that, they do act erratically. So, yeah. So maybe.
So he was looking out for the neighbor's yard.
Right. I guess he was looking out for the kids. So, I mean, much respect, I guess. But
all right.
He whacked the mess out of that.
Shout out to the hammer man.
Oh, boy. Better than hammer, huh?
Yeah.
Can't touch it, dude.
All right, now. Watch out, now.
And lastly, on the weird news, frozen pork falling from the sky.
Really? Good grief.
This is in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Meat
Meat
falling from the sky is weird, even by Florida standards. But that's what happened at 4 a.m. Saturday when a 15-pound, which is 6.8 kilograms, bag of frozen pork landed on a Deerfield Beach home of Travis Affair and his family. Okay.
Where did that come from?
Travis said Thursday that the package hit the roof with a big old bang.
Bang. Bang!
He thought it was thunder. But his wife, Jenny, who's the ex-wife of Forrest Gump, later went outside and found 2 bungles next to the house.
Oh, boy.
His son, Austin, found 3 on the roof. All right? It had to fall from the sky, they said. It was too heavy to throw on the roof. And the home is near, they said, 3 airports. So they think it fell from a plane. So
they think.
Yeah.
Poor.
That's crazy.
I mean, what else can it be?
Or, And did you
say it was frozen?
Yeah, frozen pork.
Okay.
That's wild.
All right, it's probably like
So
raw.
does the plane have an escape hatch or something? Or?
Oh,
Maybe the frozen pork was just trying to escape.
okay.
They
Pretty
said
fell
on
through the-
3, we're going to make a break for it.
Ooh, wheel well or something. Who knows?
I don't know.
That's strange.
Okay, I guess that's why it's called the weird news. Because it's weird.
Okay, we're going to keep moving.
All right. Well, I'm just saying, I'm up for my segment now, and I want to talk about some serious stuff tonight. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Not that I don't normally, but this is talking about the murder rate for women in the U.S. Now, most murders of American women involve domestic violence, and that's according to a report that was released by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on yesterday. Now, this report found that the data that they collected across 18 states said that over 10,000 female homicides happened between 2003 and 2014. 10,000. And now 55% of those 10,000 cases were circumstances where the person was involved in a domestic violence situation. So what I'm saying tonight is, women, protect yourselves. You got to protect yourself. This is ridiculous. Now, 93% of these cases, these women were killed by either current or former intimate situation people, whether it's a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a lover, a husband. 93%. These are people that you're involved with in some kind of a relationship status. The other 7% were killed by either a female friend, a family member, a first responder, or something along that line. But 93% killed by people that you're involved with or people you were previously involved with. Did you know that women in the United States are far more likely to be killed by an intimate partner than by any other group of people? This is crazy. What is going on in the United States that the lives of women are not valued? Apparently, it's not strangers, it's not friends or acquaintances or people you don't know who pose the biggest threat to women's lives. It's the men that they date and marry. I'm just saying, ladies, learn how to protect yourself. These kind of murders have got to stop. And you might have to be the person that stops it for yourself. Now, according to the CDC statistics, they're saying that about 3 women a day are murdered by an intimate partner. Now, think about that. 3 women a day. That may not seem like a lot, but 3 women a day are murdered by an intimate partner. And in a lot of these cases, the children of that person or other people are also killed. And the majority of mass shootings, the CDC is saying that a mass shooting is defined by 4 or more people being fatally shot, not including the person who's doing the shooting. But most of these cases involve some kind of domestic violence. And I'm just saying, I have a hard time just wrapping my head around this. But this is the kind of stuff that's going on. And we don't hear a lot about it, but we need to pay attention to this, especially the women. Now, this is where it gets even crazier. The CDC says that young black women and women of color were disproportionately affected, and that at least 1/3 of these homicides of these women are under the age of 30. So these are young women being killed under the age of 30. And they're saying that a large proportion of these women are black and Hispanic that fall under age of 30. The bottom line is this. Black women have the highest rate of dying by homicide in America. This is ridiculous. So, ladies, I'm just saying, don't allow yourself to become a victim. We have got to do a better job of protecting ourselves. I'm just saying, if you're with somebody who's been violent towards you or threatens your life or tells you stuff like they're going to kill you for one reason or another, don't blow that off. Take them seriously. They're giving you a warning, and it's up to you to heed the warning. Don't wait around to see if they really mean it or not. One way to protect yourself is to get away from the situation before it escalates to violence. I'm just saying, you got to protect yourself. According to this report, 1 in 10 victims of a homicide involving domestic abuse had experienced some form of violence 1 month before they were killed. 1 month. So you had a 30-day warning when this person hit you, smacked you, pushed you, whatever the case, and then the following month they got killed. So that was your warning window, ladies. Wake up. I'm saying, wake up. When somebody says, I'll kill you, take them at their word. Maya Angelou once said, if somebody shows you who they are, believe them. You need to start believing people. When somebody says, if I can't have you, nobody will, I don't think they're playing. And if they are, it doesn't matter. Don't give them the opportunity to prove whether they're playing or not. Get away. Value your life. If they're not looking out for you, you got to look out for you. This is about your life. Don't trust your life in somebody else's hands, especially if they're telling you they don't value you. Come on, ladies, wake up. This statistic should not be like this. So all I'm saying is that there's places you can go, there's help you can get, there's hotlines, there's shelters, there's all kind of things you can do. Call a friend, call a relative, call somebody. Reach out to somebody and say, I think this person who I'm dealing with is going to do something to me, and I need to get up out of here before it happens. So that's all I'm saying. This is Redwine, and I'm just saying, ladies, you need to protect yourself.
All right now, I heard that. He said, wake up.
Wake up.
People always say, God always say there's a warning before destruction.
That's right.
And if that's the warning, you need to take heed and wake the heck up.
Yeah, don't become another statistic.
There you
it's
go.
Ridiculous.
Right. But then, too, people get online, social media, phones or whatever, and they try to bully the hell out of you. And you're just not going to take it anymore.
Don't fall for it.
Right. You got to make a step. You got to say, look, police officers, this person is doing X, Y, Z. How can you help me? And
exactly.
and they say they can't help until that person harms you, excuse my language, bullshit. Because they can do something. They can write something up.
You have to remove yourself from the situation.
Right. They can do something.
If they're telling you, well, I can't help you until they put their hands on you, then I wouldn't sit there and wait for them to put their hands on me.
Nope.
If I have to find a relative, find it somewhere. I mean, I know a shelter may not be the best situation, but I would rather be there and know that this person is not going to hurt me or kill me than to sit up there wondering, is tonight going to be the night that I die?
That's true. Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it moving.
Yeah, that was a good one, Redwine.
Thank you. This stuff makes me angry. I don't like to see people just let yourself be a victim.
But everything, stuff like that needs to be of the urgency.
It does.
You can't just sit down or lay down and it's like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep. I pray on it. No, that helps, but I'm just saying you need to do something too.
Don't just sit there and say, well, if I don't make them angry, then they won't, carry out their threat.
Right.
It's not about that.
Nope.
Anyway, we're going to keep it rolling.
That's right.
Poppa DD, you're up. What you got for us tonight for Living for the City?
What I got?
You
know what I got?
What you got?
Just how peed off I get when I go in the store and I see a dominant. I've spoken on this before, but I just saw it the other day, and I got to speak on it again. I'm sorry. When I go in the store and I see a dominance of our people employed, but it's always somebody other than black as supervisor. And it's such a I was in a Walmart. Okay, I won't name the Walmart just to keep their own particular privacy or what have you. But I was in there early in the morning. Early, I'm talking like maybe 7 a.m. And they had a meeting of all departments. And they all got together like in the electronic area. Okay? And I'm talking about 50 employees. This was the night shift that was getting off and the shift that was coming on. And I'm back there in my little cart, and I look up, and there's at least maybe 40 people back there. And they're all, mostly women, so to speak. you know, and just everybody, men, women, mostly, but almost all black. Perfect attendance of blacks. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now look up now when the crowd parted a little bit. Here's this little short white guy in the middle of the crowd, and he's giving out different numbers of goals and what they need to do with this, and we need to pull the such and such, make sure we stay up on the tags and all this. And there's 50 black people standing around this one little white guy. Now I'm saying to myself, you cannot find, first of all, if you have such a high black rate of employment in the store, then what makes you think black folks can't supervise black folks? And I'm not saying that hypothetically, nor am I saying that, irrationally, but I go to an Outback, almost in the same neighborhood. There's waiters, bartenders, servers, yada, yada. I ask for a manager who comes out the back. Okay? There again, another white person. White as snow. I was in a McDonald's one day in Philadelphia, down on Broad and Allegheny. I was there around noon or so. Negro employees everywhere. Getting the trash, working the thing, back there cooking, yada, yada, yada. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, here's a tie with a white face attached to it. Now, are these... I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, the hiring practice seems to me to be that we will show the public that we are very aggressive in hiring people of color, but they damn sure ain't in charge of nothing. You know, and they damn sure ain't making no decisions. And they damn sure ain't in the office counting the budget. They're sure not looking at the inventory. You know, they're sure not overseeing the till. They're not handing out till drawers for people's cash register or none of that. So you're not involved in the operation at all. You're just involved in the labor force. You know, in other words, you are a field Negro. Okay? And this is in prominent stores. Damn near every store you go in, it has a large volume of employees. And the neighborhood could be white as snow as well. But they manage to always get people of color to get in there and work. I've seen neighborhoods that were lily white, but they got a big old black staff. And these blacks are coming off the bus. They done caught 4 or 5 buses to get to that mall. Mm-hmm. You know? And then they're supervised by, but, you know, I say that because the sad part about it is the mindset of our young black people. Because anybody that you work for, in some respect, is an influence on you. Now, this white person here, or whatever the case may be, but we won't use black and white, but this non-black person who's supervising, he's supervising like 27 black folks, and mostly like young females, and they're talking to him about everything. Their problems, their little situation, their circumstance, or they may be trying to get in good with him, you know, and they're talking about this. And now and every person desires a woman of color. That's why I say there's 2 people that lead this world. There's black women and white men. They control this world. This world is controlled by black women and white men, because they're both of those genders can control everything and can get away with anything. The white man learned how to do it. He masters it. I don't think black women learned how to do it on all 4 sides yet. But the opportunity is there for them. But the black man and the white woman, they don't hold a candle on nothing. Don't nobody believe them. Don't nobody take them serious. And they'll smack you down in a heartbeat. Okay? But, I mean, that was a little tidbit of mine. Anyway, but in the nutshell, what I'm saying is that do your own observation next time you go somewhere. Wendy's, wherever. You'll see a cash register, the person doing the fries, the person making the whatevers, the person doing the trash, mopping the floor, minding the parking lot, yada, yada, yada. Then all of a sudden, there's that non-black person who's supervising. And it's a damn shame. Because we got the brains to run stuff, and we can control stuff, and we can situate stuff. You just got to give us an opportunity. I'm going to give it up on that.
All right. I've seen that too.
You seen it?
Too many times.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's there. I hope maybe it's just a regional thing.
Don't give it a
but
narrative.
I don't know.
Don't give it a new narrative.
No, I'm saying maybe it's a regional thing. Maybe some areas that's not the situation, but
Really?
every place I've been, that's what I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Can I get a manager? Boy, how you doing? I'm the white guy. What's the problem?
Here comes Biff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, you should say, I want to talk to the real manager. You know, you the manager. Oh,
well,
boy.
let's head out to the West Coast.
All right.
And see what's going on in Hollywood.
All right, got a lot going on.
Like there was a lot happening this week. So what you got for us, Ketel?
Yes, besides R. Kelly acting the fool, but anyway,
Yeah.
that's a whole nother ball game. Okay, the top of the story. Unfortunately, Chester Bennington, lead singer of the American rock rap group Linkin Park, he was found dead in his home on Thursday. His death is being investigated as a possible suicide. This group is originally from Agoura Hills, California. They had their first album, Hybrid Theory, back in 2000, was certified diamond. I guess that's the top of the list. They were formed in 1996. So it goes on to say law enforcement officials responded to an emergency call from Bennington's house in Palos Verdes Estates in California around 9 a.m. He was 41, and he allegedly hanged himself and was discovered by an employee. Now, he did this, it goes on to say the rock frontman was a close friend of Soundgarden frontman Chris Cornell, who also committed suicide by hanging in May and spoke at his funeral. So this guy, Bennington, he spoke at Cornell's funeral.
In May.
Right. And Cornell was 53. He committed suicide on his birthday. He would have been 53. Since the news of his death broke, collaborators, friends, and fans have taken to social media to pay respects. Warner Brothers Records, they released a statement. Chester Bennington was an artist of extraordinary talent and charisma, and a human being with a huge heart and a caring soul. All of us at the Warner Brothers Records joined with millions of grieving fans around the world in saying we love you and Chester, and you will be forever missed. I don't know what's going on with these folks. I mean, you know, it can't be that bad that you have to, you know, take your own life. We just don't know what's going on in somebody else's life, you know. It's unfortunate. Also, Stevie Wonder quietly marries longtime girlfriend, Lavish, in a lavish wedding. The legendary 67-year-old music man weds his 42-year-old girlfriend, Tamika Robin Bracey, in a star-studded wedding at the Hotel Bel Air over the weekend. Wow. The pair have 2 children together. I guess it was inevitable, I guess, huh? Interesting.
Go ahead, Stevie.
All right.
How old is he? 60 what?
67.
And she's what?
42.
42. Okay.
And them 2 children. They don't say how old the children were. It says a now private video apparently showed Babyface singing his hit Whip Appeal at the reception. Oh, okay.
All right now.
Really? I guess those videos are for sale, huh?
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you, Stevie. He can get the women, can
he? Sure does.
Just like Ray Charles. He had enough. We haven't seen a lot of Taraji P. Henson. This is why. She is playing in a new movie called Proud Mary. Taraji P. Henson's next movie is nothing like Hidden Figures, but she still plays a powerful female lead. In Proud Mary, the actress stars as an assassin whose life is turned around when she meets a young boy who unexpectedly triggers her maternal instincts. So, following female-centric action movies like Wonder Woman and Atomic Blonde, which Wonder Woman's been out for what, almost about a month now.
Yeah, a couple months, I guess.
And the Atomic Blonde comes out next week.
Is that Charlize Theron?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I saw the previews for that. It looks good.
Her co-stars in it are Danny Glover. He's always popping up. And Margaret Avery. And that hits theaters in 2018, Proud Mary. So check it out. You can go online and check out the trailers. It looks pretty exciting. And you know they playing the Proud Mary song in the background. That's what I like.
Okay. Tina Turner's version? Okay.
She rolling, all right. Getting her. Okay, you got to check it out.
On the river.
Justin Bieber he is being banned from China. Quote unquote his bad behavior. China
offended the whole country of China?
China don't play.
Oh, Justin.
China has banned pop idol Justin Bieber from performing on the mainland because of his quote unquote bad behavior on and off stage. The Beijing Municipal Bureau of Culture, said the ban was necessary to purify the country's entertainment industry, but suggested it was not permanent, expressing the hope that Bieber might improve his behavior and even back the love of his fans. Oh, he's 23 now. 23-year-old songwriter has had run-ins with the law over alleged drunk driving and drag racing. Get it together.
So they're judging him? He didn't do anything in China.
No, probably he did.
Saying that because you're such a bad boy.
No, he did all this in China.
Oh, he did that in China.
Right, apparently. The temporary Bieber ban emerged after someone posted a question on the Beijing Culture and Bureau's website last weekend. So they were asking, please give a detailed explanation of why Justin Bieber is not allowed to come to China. He has won many major awards which demonstrates his extraordinary talents. Why aren't mainland fans given the right to enjoy his performance?
So okay. All right.
So the Beijing Municipal Bureau of Culture replied, bad behavior was the reason. Simple as that.
But that sounds like they're judging his bad behavior from what he's done in other places. He hasn't been to China.
It says Bieber had been to China previously while touring the country in 2013.
Oh, okay.
He was captured on camera being carried up to the Great Wall of China by Chinese bodyguards. The incident was seen by many Chinese as offensive.
Okay.
You know, when you're in China, you got to go abide by their rules. If you don't, guess what?
This is what happens.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're banned.
Yeah, bad behavior. So
okay.
Simple as that. Okay.
No China for you.
Unfortunately, another death. Costume jewelry designer Kenneth J. Lane dies at 85. His famed costume jewelry designer, whose exquisite gems were worn by former first ladies and royals alike. He died in his sleep in his Manhattan apartment. He had a documentary coming out, his 50-year career. The British filmmaker Giselle Roman, he wrote and produced and directed the film. Fabulous Fake, the real life of Kenneth J. Lane. He had people wearing his jewelry, Barbara Bush, Joan Collins, Tory Burch, Dion von Furstenberg, Anne, and Kirk Douglas.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, the documentary should come out. He's going to do the film festival circuit, and it'll come out as early as 2018.
Okay.
On that. Last but not least, the famous Girl Trip movie. It goes on tonight officially. It's about best friends Ryan, Sasha, Lisa, and Dina are in for the adventure of a lifetime when they travel to New Orleans for the annual Essence Festival. You and Papa know about that. Along the way, they rekindle their sisterhood and rediscover their wild side. Yeah, Jada, she discovered her wild side, all right. It's a rated R. Like I said, it's kind of raunchy, but it's a good movie. It's a comedy. The director is Malcolm D. Lee. And this budget was $28 million.
Wow.
We got top-notch money on that. Okay. As we know, Regina Hall is a Washington, D.C. native.
Yay, Regina!
Regina Hall is an American film and television actress, comedian. She is perhaps known as the lead role, Brenda Meeks, in the 4 Scary Movie films. Just a little bit about her career. She started back in 97. Her television commercial, she did the CarMax commercial.
Oh.
She was only 26. Then she went on to soap opera Loving. She did a guest appearance. She did the Fox police drama, New York Undercover. In 99, she had a small part in The Best Man. She was Candace, the dancer. Then that's when she met Sanaa Lathan, and then they did Love and Basketball. She played a sister in that. That was an excellent movie.
Yeah, it was.
That was her second film, and then she visited L.A. and she was going to stay there, so one film after another came. She said it signaled a pivotal point in her career as quote-unquote Black Hollywood. She also, about the scary movies, she did all 4 of those scary movies. She was the only actor that played in all 4 of those. She did Disappearing Act. What's her name? She wrote that. The writer's name. Haven't heard from her in a while. Alec McBeal. She played in the movie Paid in Full, Honeymooners, and so on. You know, she did the Steve Harvey trilogies also.
Okay.
Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. Yep. So you guys got to go see that Girls Trip.
All right. All right. Well, I see from the clock on the wall that it is time for the cocktail of the week.
All right.
So I'm going to quickly tell you about the watermelon vodka granita. Granita. I keep saying granito. Granita. Now, this is actually not a drink, but a dessert. And what you want to do is have 8 cups of diced watermelon, 1/4 cup of chopped fresh mint, the juice of a lime, 3/4 cup of vodka, either watermelon vodka or plain vodka, and then you need some fresh mint for garnish. So you want to put the watermelon cubes in a blender until they're completely liquefied, and then put that in a bowl, stir in the mint, the lime juice, and the vodka, put all of that in a 9x13 glass dish, and freeze it for about 2 hours, or you could go for overnight. And then when you're ready to serve it, you just take a fork and you scrape it to make ice shavings. So basically like a frosted, what is it, like a slushy slurpy thing, but it's not as liquidy. It's more like a water ice, I guess, like they have in Philly. So you scrape it with a fork and you put it in a glass or a dish, and then you can put a little mint leaf for garnish, and you've got yourself a watermelon vodka granita.
That's the time.
Very refreshing, good for the summer. You could also do this without the vodka, and it's still tasty.
It can't be good without the vodka.
Well, I'm saying for those who want to make the non-alcoholic version.
That's no
but
fun.
But this is very good, and you can visit apajamaparty.com, click on Cocktail of the Week, and you can get that recipe.
That's no fun.
Well,
no
for some. Of course, I prefer it with the vodka.
Yeah, with the vodka. Gotta have the vodka.
So anyway, let's go into the Kiss It list. Poppa DD, tell us about the Kiss It list.
Okay, it's vicious.
Okay.
Anybody done anything crazy and you showed your butt and,
your president.
Anyway, we have a standing order of Trump is here and all his cast and everybody's they're always on the Kiss It list. But this week we got the marital candidate, what's the name? Paul Conjemi,
something like that, yeah.
He's in Florida. I think it was Tampa Bay, was it?
He's around the Tampa, St. Petersburg area.
Just saying blacks need to go back to Africa.
Oh, yeah.
And
saying that reparations, or Barack Obama is your reparation.
Why are people talking like that in 2017? You know what I mean?
Just
when I could just have a big booty black girl walk in front of him and he'd lose his damn mind. Anyway, we'll go to this guy here, Illy Nasta. What was he?
Oh, what's the tennis player?
Illy Natasi.
Yeah, Illy Natasi.
Make remarks about Serena's baby.
Yeah, baby not even here.
Not even here. I guess he wanted
talking smack.
He wanted to tap that ass himself and somebody beat him to the punch. So he's pissed off. Yeah, well, they all desire a woman of color.
Yeah, he's doing some sexual stuff, so who knows?
Yeah,
anyway, Usher for spreading herpes, my brother. R. Kelly for trapping ladies all up in whatever he's doing. Who knows?
He got him in the closet.
Michael Vick for speaking on Kaepernick, telling him he should become a house Negro, cut your hair, change your attitude, clean cut, kind of thing, whatever.
Yeah,
so we know what Michael Vick did in order to get his image back. He sold himself down the river.
Oh, so huh?
Peter got a leech around his neck. So anyway.
Did we put OJ on there?
No, OJ's not gonna go anywhere.
Why you put
I want OJ on there because he needs to just stop talking.
Oh,
you got
Well, we're telling him that.
Now.
We're not gonna put him on there. We're gonna get a brother a chance. Okay?
All right.
He did a 9-year prison sentence. Let's get a brother a chance.
All right.
All right.
I got Trump, as usual, and also the police officer in Minneapolis.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, he's going up the river.
He's
going up the river.
It's time for people to pay consequences, something,
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have something for all of our contenders on the Kiss It list this week. And here.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh, you can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
Yeah, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Woo-wee.
That
was a good one.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, nice.
What's your last word over there, Redwine?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh,
come on.
I'm sorry. I'm just getting over the Kiss It list. My last word is shout out to all of the people that have birthdays coming up, particularly Ketel. Got a birthday coming up next week.
Yep.
Shout out to Lena Chanel, who just had a birthday, our little songbird that sings our theme song. Shout out to the Illicit crew for the movie, illicitmovie.com. Check them out. Get it on Comcast, whatever you got, BIOS, all of that. Check that out. And thanks for hanging with us, and we'll see you next week. Visit us at apajamaparty.com. Over to you, Papa.
No, my last word is just be careful out there. And like I said in my segment, when you go in a restaurant and you ask for a manager, and a white person comes out of nowhere, and you've been being served by black folks, just say to the manager, "Do you have any black managers here I can talk to?" See what he says. See what he or she says. All right, just demand it.
Right, yeah.
The staff should look like the neighborhood. Anyway.
Okay, now.
I like that. Okay.
I'm going to start something.
Well, my last word is thanks for listening tonight. Shout out to the whole crew of Girl Trip, especially our hometown girl, Regina Hall. Everybody go out and support this film all weekend. This is when they get the credit. We want this to be the #1 film this summer. So go check it out. Also, watch their interview on The View. That was interesting. It was funny, especially the young lady, the comedian, Tiffany Haddish. She's a mess. She's off the chain. And shout out to my brother Johnny. Happy birthday, Lena Bina. Happy birthday, and happy birthday to myself. Next Friday, it will be officially my B-Day.
All right.
We're going to get it in. Okay, that's it.
That's it? All right. Say good night, Papa.
Good night, everybody.
Guns fly.
Good night.
We're out.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of jazz.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, growing that day, growing a party. Pajama No clothes allowed. Pajama party. Grown and sexy. Join the party. Pajama party. Party crew, people will for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama party. Grown and sexy. Join the party. Pajama party. Party crew, people will for you. No clothes.